Stress, whether it's from work, relationships, or university, is something we all deal with. However, we all deal with it in different ways. Some in more traditional methods such as exercise or even some medicines. However, others turn to a more spiritual means. In an effort to further understand this, I met with 3 local spiritual practitioners in an effort to understand what exactly spiritual healing is and how it helps these people. I met Genlek Makelsang, a teacher at Kadampa Meditation Centre in Southampton. Gen has been practicing and teaching meditation for over 20 years and has helped many people through different types of stress. I myself have meditated before to deal with anger and frustration, so I was eager to learn more about it from the perspective of somebody who's devoted their lifestyle to it.
How did you first get into meditation?
So I was just left art college and was working for a local cable TV company and was very stressed out, and I knew I had to do something with my mind. Then one of my colleagues had already started meditating, and so I didn't really know what it was, but I thought there's something to do with your mind. And I went along, and it was just very powerful, and I would think, I'll try this. I don't have to believe it, but I'll try it to see if it works. And then every time I tried it, it worked. So I kept that sort of open frame of mind, like, yeah, past and future lives, I don't know whether I believe that. But I could understand that by meditating on the fact that we might have future lives, that would help me live this life better.
Yeah. Did you find meditation really hard to do at first?
Yeah, I think everybody finds that your mind is really busy.
Yes.
Again, according to the misinterpretation that I could just sit down and everything would become peaceful. Of course, that's not the process. And when you first start to meditate, it almost seems like that your mind has become more busy, but it's just we're aware of what's going on in our mind. And then it's like really you've got to be gentle and patient with yourself, because it's like learning any new skill. Slowly, step by step, although we want to run really fast and get to the end result, that actually even trying to settle your mind makes your mind more peaceful.
Has meditation helped you through any sort of major struggles you've had in life?
Yeah.
Anything in particular?
I think, because we're working at trying to reduce negativity in our mind, according to what's happening, of course that doesn't disappear until you're very, very highly realised. So there have definitely been times when I could see the tendency to get stressed again due to lots of things happening, and it pacified again. And I could see if I hadn't meditation, then I think I'd have had a breakdown actually.
At first glance, meditation might seem quite easy, as all you're really doing is working to silence your mind. However, as I've learned from Gen, it's actually very difficult to achieve this, as our mind is constantly busy with many different thoughts and concerns. It seems as though consistent practice and mastery of meditation may very well enable a more calm and relaxed lifestyle. I next visited Jorge Vince at Steps Holistic Therapies in Southampton. Jorge initially struggled along his early spiritual journey, but after several years of attempts, he finally had his first major spiritual experience. He now professionally practices many different forms of healing, including crystal healing, which is something I had heard about before, but knew very little about, so I visited him in order to find out more.
So we're here to talk about crystal healing.
Mm-hmm.
What do you like about crystal healing? Like, why did you choose that one?
Okay, truth be told, it all started because I loved the colours. So when I was choosing the colours for this, I was like, okay, no, I'm not going to choose the pretty ones because that's not how it works. What I liked about it is that when you think about this crystal, this is an amethyst, by the way. So this has been around thousands and thousands of years. So all the energy from those ages gone is all in here. So, and they just archive and store all that information here. So that's why I like it, because if you hold that and you close your eyes, actually I invite you to close your eyes and really allow that crystal inside of you and feel that crystal's energy, and just feel how your energy and its energy become one.
Yeah, it's like a circuit within you, sort of thing, like it goes around. Yeah.
Absolutely. And the more time you spend with that crystal, the clearer the information it shares goes into your conscious awareness, and all that is the crystal communicating with you.
Do you think that like takes longer for different people, or is it sort of instantaneous sort of effect? Like how do you think?
Okay, so in my personal experience, it took me about 6 years to be able to feel anything. I remember having conversations with people, and they would say, and I held that quote, and I could just feel the vibrations from the angels and God, as if it was possessing me, and I felt so alive. And I'd be like, wow, I want to have those experiences. It was one of those herbal essences moments.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want some of that. I'll have whatever they have. And it just didn't happen for me. And then one day, I held a stone in my hand, and I said, right, let's do this. Just do something, show me something. So I let the stone guide me, and it just landed on my third eye. And then as it did so, I could just see this thing coming towards me. And it was absolutely majestic. It was stunning. It was beautiful. I was in awe of it. And it freaked me out.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what was happening. I did not know. And I just stopped that meditation, let's call it. And I thought, wow, I've experienced something, let's investigate. So I did some research on what I saw. It was a female shape coming towards me, and I just, I felt really serene and calm vibe. Also, I just felt that it assured that everything I've done and learned, it was right. So by doing some research, I concluded that what appeared to me was an Indian goddess called Saraswati, which is the goddess of knowledge and wisdom, something that is very, very close to my heart, because for me, learning is everything, and also educating people. So from that moment, it just opened gates to all my crystals talking to me. So now it's just a matter of picking a stone, and it's like picking up the phone and talking to a friend.
I find crystal healing fascinating because to me, the belief that energy from crystals is particularly valuable in healing people is incredible. Because as Rowley said, they archive the energy of ages long gone, perhaps allowing them to work in ways that nothing else we know can. Finally, I met with Neshla Avi, a psychic and spiritual medium who practices Rahani celestial healing. Neshla was taught Rahani by its founder, who has since retired and passed down her duties to her. She now practices and teaches this lesser-known form of healing in an attempt to reach more people with it. I'd never heard of Rahani before, so I was especially interested to learn about what separates it from other spiritual healing methods.
What is Rahani celestial healing?
It's a healing modality. It helps people release negativity, fear, anxiety, anything that's holding them back in life basically, and we try and put that person in balance. So if they've got physical problems, emotional or mental problems, it just helps balance the body so that they can cope with life really. And it is ongoing. It's not like someone jumps on my couch, I suddenly heal them and they're off again. It's one of those things that keeps going for a few days, and then they come back regularly until it's cleared really, until their problems are cleared.
What did your family and friends think about this when you sort of got into it?
Do you really want to know?
Yes,
My family
please.
always think I'm bonkers because it is strange, and I know when I left my day job a lot of people thought it was a bit strange to give a really good job and a good salary up for this, but you get a lot more fulfillment helping people. So I have healed quite a few people. I say healed, but I've helped a lot of people who are in palliative care, but it actually helps them cross over because they it's acceptance really, I guess. So they have that calm healing energy, and that helps them accept their destiny, if you like. And I've seen a real change between somebody who's frightened of dying to having the healing who's actually ready to let go. So it really does help on any level.
Whereas most forms of healing focus on feeding the body positive energy, Rahani seems to work in a different way, instead focusing on the removal of negative energy. I find this to be quite interesting, in that it helps people in different ways than other, perhaps more traditional forms of spiritual healing, like as Neshla said, with helping somebody learn to accept their inevitable death. Overall, it seems that the root of spiritualism is energy, and the belief that all things have it. Spiritual healing is the practice of channeling this energy to benefit people physically and emotionally, whether it's through concentrating your mind, transferring energy through a person or object, or purging negative energy altogether. Spiritual healing has no doubt changed many people's lives, whether they were born understanding it or dedicating years to it. Spiritual healing has helped them to overcome stress.